work hard and I pay taxes. 4 jobs that just make rap hits. On and off they spit a verse. Can't match me your biggest catalog, bang it, that hit. You wanna hang it, that's it. Me and my gang, that's the click. To bring this hip-hop thing back to the masses. I'm from Mass, had to wash my back on the average. Couldn't talk out your neck with a rap if you average. Nothing ever simple. Move it over. Hit the cobras, the grasses. Got the mowers for that shit. First see the blood, then you see the money. First see the blood, then you see the money. First see the blood, then you see the money. First see the blood. First see the blood, then you see the money. First see the blood, then you see the money. First see the blood, then you see the money. First see the blood, then you see the money. First see the blood, then you see the money. First see the blood, then you see the money. First see the blood, then you see the money. First see the blood, then you see the money. First see the blood, then you see the money. Blood, then you see the money. First see the blood, yeah. Ice cold hard work beating my chest. Only feelings over funds, ain't needing the rest. When it's all said and done, they say he is the best. They thought they had my number, I beat all they tests. Put a gun to my head, I'll be free from the stress. Never go out like that, though I bleed for a check. For the right amount, I might leave you a mess. Won't rest till I count mills, ain't leaving with less. Pressure ain't nothing to me, I press back. Can't worry about stress, let me stress that. Step forward, when you step back, I'm ahead lapping, man, you dead acting. I'ma get that win, what they said, that's it. Matter that laughing, foot in the door, that's it. Ain't no more that hit, that roll, that's it. The whole horde of them average, I'm Lord of the Savage. First see the blood, then you see the money. First see the blood, then you see the money. First see the blood, then you see the money. First see the blood, then you see the money. First see the blood, then you see the money. Yeah. Man, rage rap, don't tell me about an age gap. Why you soft and you can't rap? I'm in the loft cause I bank stacks. I work hard and I pay taxes. 4 jobs that just make rap hits. On and off they spit a verse. Can't match me your biggest catalog, bang it, that hit. You wanna hang it, that's it. Me and my gang, that's the click. To bring this hip-hop thing back to the masses. I'm from Mass, had to wash my back on the average. Couldn't talk out your neck with a rap if you average. Nothing ever simple, gotta know what the math is. Make the wrong move, it's over a casket. Hit the cobras, the grasses. Got the mowers for that shit. First see the blood, then you see the money. First see the blood, then you see the money. First see the blood, then you see the money. First see the blood, then you see the money. First see the blood, then you see the money. First see the blood, then you see the money. First see the blood, then you see the money. Say more, unless you installing my decor. Why you falling out with they for? Cause they wasn't there for you when you was on the base floor. Ain't have your taste for the finer things in life, ain't got your pace or your work ethic. Why they play for what you take, I just make more. The grace, I'm Nate Spore, yo. Why I'm obeyed for, I'm authentic, stay core. The rich and lavish life I'm living came from different habits. Dipping cabins, hitting cities, keeping different addresses. I'm hip to savages, the grittiness that flip the pattern with the luxury, the hustle, fruits from all my dibbling, dabbling. It mattered when I didn't get it, they would joke and laugh at him. Pour broken glass at him. My end of year, they hope it happening. Cause they seen something that I didn't. The gleam something I ain't finished. But now it means something when I'm in it. Man, they gotta know about my struggle. They gotta know about my hustle. Stay up nice to get it. My home, my fight infinite. Yeah. Man, they gotta know about my story. They gotta know about my struggle. They gotta know about my hustle. Stay up nice to get it. My home, my fight infinite. Man, it's all part of a bigger plan. And give a damn till I started overstand how we beef over lands that ain't even ours in a sense. Though we were here before the pilgrims, many years before the slaughter and the killing. The trick knowledge for for the children. Now it's colleges and prisons. Folks were brought up in the system. They was taught to suffer with and walking coffins, they ain't living. Often sparking coffin, listening to those we lost as victims. Some was dark in thoughts, you took the shots they given. Some were dark and living in a state I wouldn't wish on my enemy. But our true enemy, the ones who giving out the penalties. Put the pill in the bread, put the drill in the melody. Send up to hell for some felonies. You still got fidelity, still got your will, better your mental peace. Sometimes life makes you sit down, but you kept your head at least. And it's Davinci. Conquer your dreams, your demons dead deceased. And even if I'm body in shackles, my mind I set it free. Man, they gotta know about my story. They gotta know about my struggle. They gotta know about my hustle. Stayed up nights to get it. My home, my fight infinite. Yeah. Man, they gotta know about my story. They gotta know about my struggle. They gotta know about my hustle. Stayed up nights to get it. My home, my fight infinite. Man, they gotta know about my story. They gotta know about my struggle. They gotta know about my hustle. Stayed up nights to get it. My home, my fight infinite. Yeah. Man, they gotta know about my story. They gotta know about my struggle. They gotta know about my hustle. Stayed up nights to get it. My home, my fight infinite.
Yo, what up, what
Yo,
up? Yo, man, it's so good to be back.
yes.
Oh my gosh. What is up with yo? How are y'all doing? Y'all a long time no see, of course. You know, as you can see, we in new places doing new things.
Mm-hmm.
So, we decided to come back.
Yo,
Show
pushing
y'all.
harder than ever. You already know.
Yo, Splish house to the bass, you know what I'm saying? If you don't know what it is, yeah, you should figure that out.
Yo,
But bass is a cool ass place to be. And Splish house to them. But yeah, the first couple songs you just heard were by our boy Herm. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
He's been doing music for forever since I know him. So, and you know,
Mm-hmm.
that's just we play music. Oh, there's right there. Oops, right there. That's the guy right there. Boop
Yo,
boop boop. What
yo.
up? Special guest today. You know what I'm saying? You seen him. You heard his music, and we gonna talk to him later. But first, second and third.
Shout
This,
out to all the viewers right now. Splish out to fresh bands out here. Yeah, we
yeah.
see you. Much
J
love.
J Navi, I see you. I don't know what if you want to put your real name out there. I'm just splishing with you on Facebook. You know what it is.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. Today's gonna be a great little show. You know what I mean? We in a new environment, and you know we're gonna have to get you guys have to get the full 1-2 out of it. This, to be honest, this is gonna be a real awkward show for us because I can't really see what's going on right now. You know what I mean? It's just a blank screen, but I know you guys can see me because I can see on my phone that we're on right now.
So will it?
So please excuse any type of awkwardness you might see me doing, like looking at the screen, like or looking at my phone often. You know what I mean? I'm just making sure that everything's still going on.
But if I look like I'm out of it, I'm gonna let you figure that one out.
Yeah, yeah. So,
I have to hold this just like this. Get comfortable. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Oh man, I'm just so happy to really be in a spot where it matters. You know,
yeah.
it's surrounded by good energy, positive people, positive energy. We got a slide in the background. If y'all can't see it, it's cool. But the environment over here is real lit right now. It's
Mhm.
real lit.
That's
Punching
punching back.
bags.
Yo,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
Yo. This is gonna be the workout spot. This is also a studio, by the way. Um, presented it to us by Herm himself. Well, he'll talk about that later
Boop
because
boop boop.
I don't want to take all the information.
Yeah, right. You gotta leave it for him.
Oh,
Gotta leave him to
hold on. Let
talk.
me check something real quick.
Oh, special out to Yvette. What up? What up, Yvette? How you doing?
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Yvette, yo. Okay, we got a lot of things to talk about. I don't know if we're gonna get to all of it, but listen.
Oh, special out to her too, by the
Yep.
way.
This Saturday, there's a 6 foot cipher for those who are interested. It's where is it? Medford.
Medford.
Medford. I think it's Drugan Park or Drugan. I don't really know how to say it, but oh, so
Oh, some of our guests.
oh yeah. We also got
I'm familiar.
yo.
We got a packed house today, guys. We have a packed house today.
Yep. With Willie Moore, yeah.
Yeah.
See,
Mhm.
so yeah, so we're gonna get into that and talk more about that. We already had some people come through, so they'll share their experiences about that, and we'll just talk about everything we need to talk about. And of course, everything is always splishing. Welcome to the new show, cause all content matters. Boom. What's good?
Yeah.
Oh, Duggar Park. My bad, not Druggin Park. Duggar Park. That'll probably make people want to go there when they know it's not called that.
With other intentions. Yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I'm glad we got that cleared up.
West Medford. Getting all the information right now as it comes in. This is a live show, so you gotta get live information.
Yeah.
So with that being said, a live show needs live attention. I gotta plug in the computer.
Yeah. While he's doing that, um, like I said, we got a packed house today. I don't know if everybody's gonna be participating today, but let me know how you guys feel about us having a live studio audience every week, because I think that's going to be a cool thing to continue doing. Always have a live studio audience, have people coming in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I like the vibe. I like to feed off the energy of the people. You know what I mean? Yeah. So if you are familiar with us, you already know like we like to get into it with the people. I like to be involved with people. So we're trying to take it to the next level. We're going to take it to the next level. I hope you guys are ready for this
Like I'm about
new
to just
season.
pick up the camera and walk around with it.
Yeah, all that, all that, all that. You know, there's a I'm still kind of new to doing this, like on my own. So anybody with any suggestions, any advice, feel free to hit me up.
Feel free to keep it to yourself. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
You know what I mean? I'm open to positive feedback, all that stuff. Uh, yeah, that's pretty much it. I wish I had the access to the ones and twos right now, but the computer's being touched. Yeah, you got some? Oh, heard that? Oh, you didn't have the headphones on, huh? Um, instrumentals would be cool.
Yeah, we get some little, some break music so people can hear, if they want to, sit at their house, do a little drinking because it's Thursday, you know what I'm saying? People like to freestyle when they drink, I'm just saying. So, if we're going to take this break right now and come back to this, is that already all queued up?
Yeah.
Boop, boop, boop.
not back. Okay.
Me neither. Yo, yo.
Okay.
Hello? Hello? Can What is happening? Why can't I hear me?
Yeah.
You're there. I hear you.
Oh, you can hear me?
I hear you, but I don't hear me. You hear me? You hear me?
No.
Oh my god, what happened?
Well, I can barely hear you. You turn it up? Are you turning up your It's music?
Hello? Hello?
Yeah,
Yo.
I can hear you. Yeah. But I mean, you sound kind of far. But yeah, we're back.
Hello? Can you hear me now? No.
Yeah.
You can hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
Why can't I hear me? Why can't I hear me?
With the headphones, is it turned up?
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can definitely hear you now.
That's crazy. Because it's not as loud as it was before, though. Is
Oh.
it? Hello?
Um.
Oh, because we turned the. I think it's because we turned the echo down. No?
Oh. Okay, I guess.
I don't know. But you can hear me, though.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Alright, so we're good then. Whatever. Alright, listen. Over the break, we consulted with our live audience and we came up. Well, we didn't come. Well, we came up with the topic from the live audience, and we're gonna talk about hip hop consciousness. Because the whole. That's probably why I have a mask on. The whole history of hip hop. Every year or every couple of years or every decade or some amount of time, there was different movements throughout the period of hip hop, and we were trying to figure out what is it now in the present day, right?
Mhm.
So, with that being said, we have with us Boston's own Black Swan. You know this man. This man's everywhere. He's all over Facebook, all over social media, Instagram. He's working on. He's got his own store coming up. I don't want to take away from him. He'll tell you all that, and then we'll have this conversation. So, what's up, Black Swan?
Well, what's up, you guys? I appreciate you having your boy. I thought I'd just fly right in, you know what I'm saying?
Always welcome.
This is amazing, man. I get to splish splash with the gravy, so let's do it, man.
Mhm.
Matter of fact, I'm Rox Berryaki on this interview. You know, I
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
come up with a splash name for myself. So Rox Berryaki's up in here. What up, y'all?
Yeah.
Yo, what's good? What's good? Everybody give him a hand. Clap, clap, clap.
Hey.
Yeah, sound
Yeah.
effects coming soon.
I was gonna say I need to get those right
Um,
now.
Yeah, because you know this man. If you know this man, you know he was always on that.
Yeah,
But-
bro.
But yeah, Swan. So like, give it, because you was giving some real deep insight. That's why we was like, yo, we gotta talk about this on the air. Like, bless the people with your splish, please, and let them know.
Yeah, man. Let me
uh,
splash on them. Like, I always thought the consciousness of hip hop is,
Yeah.
something that we overlook as far as the culture. I mean, every culture comes with a consciousness. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta, all the elements is what, brings that culture together. You got the break dancing, you got the break dancing, you got the graffiti art, you got the MC, you got the DJ,
Mhm.
you know what I mean? And then you got the producer. Those are the elements of the culture, you know what I mean? But over the generations, you can see the culture changes a little bit. Like I said, we had the whole Public Enemy, NWA, African Bombada. That was it was like a civil rights movement behind the music, behind the curtain. You know what I mean? And then you had your party stage where you had your kid and play,
Mhm.
and you know what I'm saying? And when it was just about everybody being at a house party and having fun. So, where's the consciousness of hip hop now? Because you see with so many things going on and the hip hop community, you have a lot of young people who are passing away because of what's going on right now with the police and everything. So every time something dramatic like that happens, the culture changes a little bit. And then you'll see artists who are not normally would be put in a realm of consciousness. All of a sudden they start coming out and they start having a voice for the youth. They start having a voice for the community. And sometimes I think through pain, it's like, they say pressure, you know what I'm saying, makes a diamond from the rough, we'll say. Sometimes pain will bring out the best in somebody. You know what I mean? And you have a lot of people who've never truly witnessed pain, but they're studio rappers. They get in the studio and try to project all this pain. But then when they really go through it, that's when that real artist comes out of that MC. So where's the consciousness now, and what are we going to do with it to take hip hop to an even higher consciousness? Because this is what our youth need right now.
I was gonna say the consciousness. Well, what I think the consciousness right now, I think it's it's definitely split between so many different types of movements, where one half or not even one half, but like 1/3 or however many consciousness you wanna say there are ones talking about ODing and overdosing. So
Right.
there's people like, oh, you gotta stop overdosing, so I'm gonna stop making my music about drugs, blah blah blah. Okay, great. So what are you gonna do? Because clearly that's what they have been seeing hip hop to be. So
Right.
so I guess it's how are the people that were faking it going to move forward? Because those people that are faking it were kind of diluting hip hop consciousness.
Right. Well, as you can see, once again, with every generation of the culture, there's your pop culture, and then the reason why it's called pop culture is because it's a bubble that's supposed to pop. It's not one of those. You're not going to go down to your wine cellar and pull your finest bubbles out. That's over time has aged beautifully. You know what I mean?
Right.
Pop culture is only there to last for a certain amount of time. It's trending and then it's gone. And that's what happens with your pop culture artists. So
With
they're
all-
not,
okay.
it's not designed for them to be able to snap back and recreate themselves, because they're only here to ride a pop wave.
That's a interesting take on that. I like that. I never thought of it like that. That makes a lot of sense.
And then you have your everlasting artists such as your KRS-Ones and your,
Yeah.
your Nas's and your Rakims that the generations will be talking about. I love when I hear the younger generation talking about who their top 5 is, because it's like, oh, you're mentioning an artist that you wasn't even around for that artist. You know what I mean? That's special to me, because that's an artist that he or she was able to stay relevant through the times. And that's, as an artist, that's what I want to do. I want to make music that you're going to listen to 10 years from now.
Right.
When I bump into a supporter from Swan Gang, and they're like, yo, Swan. And they throw up the Swan. Yo, I got your music when I was in the 8th grade. I'm still bumping that. That's like one of the biggest compliments someone could give me, you know what I mean?
Yes. That's amazing.
So, and that's what we should be thinking about. How are we going to make wine? You know what I'm saying? There's Kool-Aid and then there's wine. And I'm trying to be in the wine category, because the look on my parents' face when they ever went down to the vineyard and came out with this, you can't just get this bottle from anywhere. My pops used to be like, you know what I mean? Dusting off the bottle. I'm like, Pops, there's mad dust on that bottle. That's right, son. And when we get home, that dust is going to stay in the bottle. Don't you touch it. You know what I mean? Like certain things, and same thing with a vintage, a beautiful vintage car. You know what I mean? That dust means something.
Yeah.
So same thing, when you dust off that album, that's a classic right there, man. That dust comes with, that's time. That's over time that has what do they call it? It lasts throughout the times, basically.
Timeless.
Age gracefully.
Yep.
You know? So I always think of ways to try to recreate myself, because I'm a dinosaur in the game, you know what I mean?
Oh my goodness.
But I always try to find a way to come out like,
And
Yeah.
you do that.
I'm like a new
do
Moji that's just jumping out, you know what I'm saying? Like, where this dude come from?
This man has rapped to me over the years, from high school, when we're going downtown, like, I don't even, what is that, 2008,
See, that's what I'm talking about. That's my favorite thing to hear.
That's what I'm saying, like, walking through the commons, talking about, yo, come over here, if I make, you know what I mean, the whole thing, it was lit, it was great, and it was always like, amazing, always memorable. Talked about your whole appearance from top to bottom, and you were just like, wow. Like, nobody else is doing that. Nobody's talking about me. Everybody's talking about the pop, the trend.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But let me get back to the consciousness thing real quick,
Okay.
because we're definitely at a crossroads, and I really do believe what Lenni was saying just now was really on point, in the sense of no, like both y'all saying is on point, but I'm glad what Lenni said, like he brought that up, that it's a split, because it does from a certain perspective, you look at it, it does look like everybody's kind of all over the place, because they're trying to represent their brand and a cause
Right.
at the same time, and some of their brands don't overlap, contradicting with their causes that they're going after. You know what I mean? So I see a lot of that conflict going on within people's art and just how they're trying to promote themselves, because everybody's so, let's be honest, besides here, all content doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So everybody's so in a way of they don't even know if they can really be themselves right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of that going on. There's a lot of kind of like phoniness and a lot of that going on. That's why it's like when somebody gets quote unquote exposed or whatever, it's such a like a thing now. You know what I mean? So now everybody's trying to be secretive. Everybody's trying to fit in these lines because they don't want to be the next, you know, person who gets exposed, person who's getting memed now. They don't want to be that. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of that going on too. You know, and not to say that people is not being genuine with their compassion, like they really do feel the pain and they really do feel these things, but I do feel also that they have other priorities, and there's a lot of agendas going on. I feel like for us to really achieve that transcendence that you're talking about, Swan, we do have to kind of detach from these like this material business type of mindset when it comes to the music, in terms of we're trying to make a message right now. You know what I mean? So we got to kind of let go and really speak our mind and really put our hearts out and really, you know what I mean, really commit into it for us to get to that next level. Because if we don't, we're going to be put in basically in a position where we're going to need structure, and then that structure will become basically the structure, the new norm. And we don't, and that's what I'm trying to like warn everybody about, is like we're really at literally a crossroads where to show our competence just in society. Just you know what I mean? Are you guys basically, because we're the generation now that's going to be the next leaders or whatever. So now it's basically it's like, are you guys capable of taking the keys right now for society? You know what I mean? And I feel like there's a lot of people trying to prove that. A lot of people trying to show that they're worthy, and a lot of that going on. A lot of people are not even thinking about this, what I'm talking about right now. You know what I mean? So
If
that's what I
artists
think
thought of themselves as time travelers, because that's what music is. When you're doing music, you're capturing. It's like a time capsule. What you put into your music, generations after you are going to hear that and be influenced by it. But why, as a hip-hop community, with us being leaders of the world with the art that we are blessed to use, why do we have to lose someone like Juice WRLD in order for us to understand that we have to stop juicing? You know what I'm saying? Why do we have to lose Biggie and lose Tupac to realize that the violence in our music is always going to come after us? One of the biggest bangs that hit close to home was there was 4 MCs murdered here in Massachusetts. And I said, for a person who studies the laws of attraction through music, and I minister through that, is that your tongue attracts what you promote. So if you speak death, you will attract death to you. When I went to study what happened to the group that got murdered in the studio, someone ran up in the studio and murdered all the MCs while they were in the studio recording. The first thing I said was, what was the name of the group? The name of the group was Graveside. You see what I'm saying? We actually have the gift and the power of tongue to dictate our future. What we speak, we gravitate towards us. We vibrate on a frequency. And your tongue is that sword to cut through frequency. And what you use and put on that sword dictates your life force. You see what I'm saying? So everything that happens in hip-hop, think of it like time traveling. We was all loving Biggie. We was all loving Pop. You know what I'm saying? But we all felt when it started festering and it started getting meteorized, we said, something ain't right here. It don't feel right. This is going to turn out bad. But nobody really spoke out. Everybody was just kind of taking a side. And that's what we have to change in hip-hop, because there was no consciousness. We took the consciousness out of hip-hop and we just went for a ride. We like Biggie said, we just partied in bullshit. You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with the party, but if we could take the bullshit out, we'll put the consciousness back in hip hop, and everything that we put out, even when we're having fun, we're just more consciousness of what we're saying. Because you're going to have a lot of artists who end up apologizing later for the material they put out previous, because they might not have been exposed to certain consciousness. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
All they that's all they knew.
That's what she's saying. And like you keep like what you said, but I wanted to point out was people don't understand what you put out into the world is what you get back. Like, any people understand that. What you put out into the world is what you get back.
Yo, so many times, it's crazy because so many times I've written songs, right, and like, I swear, like, there've been literal instances of my life where I'm like, why is this so familiar? Like, why is what's happening to me like so familiar? And then like a song will play, and then it'll like I'm talking about that thing, and it's like, oh, this is really happening to me. Like, that was crazy. So there is some kind of truth to what you're saying, like some kind of mystical powers that we do have when we, the gift of gab. You know what I mean? If you got it, you got it. You know, and we use it well. But yeah, definitely I don't know, and that's what I'm saying. Like these things we're talking about, some deep rooted stuff. Like me and Lenni was walking through the city. We was just talking shit. I mean, yeah, we was just talking
You
shit.
talking Splish too?
Talking to Splish, and we was like, yo, and I was like, yo, like the wounds that is within just our community specifically are so deep rooted. It's like all these things that's happening right now, like all this change we're asking for right now, we have to accept that we're not going to see the end results of those end results of that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, but so that doesn't mean don't appreciate like the things that people do, like the gestures and stuff. Don't appreciate it because those are the steps in the right direction, I guess. But understand like that's not enough. You know what I mean? Don't accept that, because that's why we keep falling back. I feel like that's why we keep falling back into these trenches, because we get complacent with just gestures. Like, no, it's just a gesture, right? Because the changes that we want to see are in the future. So don't get comfortable. Like, keep working, keep doing what we gotta do, keep doing what we gotta do, keep putting out. Set the put the consciousness. It has to be rebuilt. It's not gonna be. It cannot be brought back overnight. It has to be brought back over generations. You know what I mean? So, I accept that. And the sooner more people in the community can accept that, the sooner we can move forward, because then we'll be able to move with that, like
same mindset.
The mindset of, this is for the future, this is for our kids, this is for our
You
grandkids.
gotta lead by example. The highest accomplishment of a man on this earth is becoming a father and actually being that father. So it's the same thing in the hip hop community. You got the forefathers, and the forefathers knew that they wasn't going to see the ending result, but they knew that they had a job to do, which was to impute the wisdom into the next generation. So that way they can carry out, you know what I'm saying? The gift of the youth right now is to be able to take the wisdom from the elders and apply it now. And that's why it's so powerful to do independent business now, because, see, the youth finally caught on to that. The youth said, oh, this independent, you see? But see, a lot of people had to get hurt and get taken advantage of in the music industry in order for that to happen. In order, like the way we set up right now, look at this independent setup y'all got right now. Do you know how many people walked into television broadcasting companies and got taken advantage of because they just wanted to do this right here?
Yeah,
and they went in and had to get a lease and all that and paid all this money, and some of the stuff never got released, if anything got released. Because they wasn't thinking independently. They was trying to piggyback off something that someone had already set up for them to be successful at. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And this is how important independent business is. And independent business is what the consciousness of hip-hop is right now. That's what the consciousness of hip-hop is now. Branding, becoming your own. There's no music industry without you.
Right.
Stop chasing the deal. You are the deal. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly.
Stop chasing the cameras. You have the cameras now. You know what I mean?
Everything.
Unless you want to go get my man, of course, Herm, to get you the illest video shoot. You know what I mean? Because you ain't gonna do that for yourself.
I was
you know
gonna say, we definitely gotta get
you gotta split yourself in. You gotta split yourself in two. You know what I mean?
For real.
But Yeah, man, you guys are doing it right. And see, this is the same thing we talk about the laws of attraction. Remember we did that great show together at the Limelight?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was the first time we met.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Officially.
Officially.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the next time we bumped into each other was months later. And where was it at?
Basketball court.
The Finns basketball court.
Yep.
Same place I go and ball with the fellas now. I was on my way to Fenway Park.
Go over there too.
I was on my way to Fenway Park because I had a few copies left to sell. I said, I'm going to go to Fenway. And I walked through the ball court and got all that good feeling because this is where I grew up balling. And sure enough, who's there? So Gravy, baby. I'm like, yo. And we sat, we built, we played music for each other. And that was our first time officially, because we didn't already share the stage with each other. We actually officially got to break bread and get to know each other on a personal level. We share common ground. And that's what happens when the frequency is positive.
Yeah, exactly.
The Most High will make sure kings will find each other, so that way you can see why the strings were connected to each other in the first place. There was a reason we shared that stage together at the Limelight.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying? There was a reason why we met in that park. Look how many times now we perform with each other at Wally's.
Yeah.
You know, we got the same band.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real.
And I mean, that's how beautiful. But the same thing. Now reverse that. 360 degrees. Reverse that. Now you change the cipher into negative. And if we negatively had a problem with each other from that show, we would have bumped into each other at that park. It might not have went well, because that's just how the spirits work.
Yeah.
When it's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then all the other times, you know what I mean? So that's why we have to always vibrate on that positive frequency.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, man,
And that extends past, obviously, past just this music shit. Like, this is, you know, that's in regular life. You know what I mean? I always tell people, you know, I use it kind of more like a rougher terms, but I'll be like, yo, I treat everybody like they got a gun. Like, I treat everybody like they could just pull out on me and just, you know, take me out, because, you know, you gotta show them that respect. Like, because the same way, like, I wouldn't want nobody just coming at me, because, hey, like, yo, one day I might have that, and, yo, like, we could really handle that. But, you know, in reality, seriously, though, but I'm just saying, like, that mentality, like, you just have to have that respect for somebody and have the understanding, like, that person's going through, or probably not going through nothing. They just want to live their life. You know what I mean? They just want to live their life. They don't even got to be they're going through something. Like, you just even respect that alone. Like, respect somebody's peace. You know? I feel like, but that's, you know, that should go without being said. Anyways.
But
sorry, I kinda
there's a whole bunch of
there.
but it's good, because that's good energy, all positive energy, and we want to see that. So I want to see more, and I also want to hear it too. So Black Swan, what's good? Which song, or what? How many? We'll do two. We'll do two songs. Two songs.
Okay.
Two songs that you feel that, I mean, I'm sure all your songs do this, but two songs that embody hip hop consciousness that we could play right now.
Let's see.
That we have access to.
Let's give you said righteousness or consciousness, both, right?
Yeah, I mean,
All right.
that's what we need in hip hop.
Yeah.
Right?
Can we do Motherland?
All right, so we're gonna do
This
that.
joint's called Motherland. I always wanted to do because I meet Swan gang is all over the world now. I kind of wanted to have a song that kind of spoke to everybody, no matter where you was from, no matter what you believe in. You know what I'm saying? This song is supposed to touch you. You know what I mean?
Yes. Give you that positive
So
vibe.
this is my across all borders right here song.
All right.
Motherland.
Here we do it. Let's do it. Splish.
Living in pyramids to living in the projects, smoking cigarettes till we end up in the carton. Is that rap accepted ignorance over logic? I'm not an actor, there's no need for a script. I'm frozen in time, Black Moses, Egypt, the pharaohs and Miss Liberty, who carries a torch for Babylon and fertility. The Phantom and the Jezebel, Mademoiselle, who always gossiping, got a story to tell. Attack blacks for natural resources, the war in Iraq. Next, Afghanistan was left a disaster. Still a the love from above in my chapter. Tears is the only water from the eyes of a hungry daughter. I call her Somalia, the Christian who fell in love with the Muslim. Down in Jerusalem, speaking a new tongue. Shukran, I've won equality. Bumped in the God body in the desert. Follow me. Destination Nigeria. Feed the hungry like it's no longer the UN's criteria. No food in the school cafeteria. And the drinking well causes diarrhea. As the mind unravels, less time travel. The next dimension, the parallel. Saudi Arabia, the most beautiful utopia you ever been to Ethiopia. Salam alaikum, alaikum salam. Let's take them to Islam. Break bread with the reverend from the church who visits the rabbi at the synagogue. Join us tonight if you cut from a different cloth. We'll be at the mosque. My Palestine Valentine sings me spiritual Valentine. Solely your mental is the brain, but nothing sustains like the love for the temple. Some will disguise their gender for equal education. Yenta, riddle the beast. I'm the fiddle that brought peace to the Middle East. These politicians are actors like Broadway. Mercenaries from Britain and Zimbabwe are thug loyal and make my blood boil. American riches, spoils were stolen from foreign soil. Turmoil, they burn villages for oil and minerals. Conflict diamonds for the wives of generals. Cost the lives of Sierra Leone. Nothing civil about war that leads to genocide. Holy land, let's keep it Israel. Better yet, real estate. Trump is a snake. Here comes the law. I'll be damned if I pump my brakes. No matter Christ or Muhammad, y'all better get right with your calling. Light before the night falling.
Everybody back? Everybody back?
Yeah.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, you can hear me?
Yes, sir.
You sure? I can't hear me. No.
Why is that like that? Why
Yeah.
You can't hear me?
I can kind of hear me, I guess.
Yo, can you hear you?
Huh? Yeah.
I can hear you now.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
We got to figure this out. I can't be doing this every time I come back in here.
Yeah. Such a waste of time.
For real. That's good though?
Yeah.
That's good? You can hear? Well, you don't have headphones. But can we hear you though?
Check one, check two.
Yeah.
There we
Why it's so
go.
easy for you? Oh my God.
Cause that microphone is lit. I like that microphone.
Swan gang, let's get it.
Word.
Splash with me, baby.
Yeah. Swan.
All right, we back.
That was
Yeah.
that track Motherlands. That's
Shy was
Spice.
lit. It was it from even though I was still playing with all the all the technical stuff.
Mhm.
I was hearing it and I was still like it's one of the, like you said, you put it on, you dust it off, put it on, and you're like, all right, word. I want to replay that song. I want to replay that song when I want, because I'm gonna have that. But the vibe that I had was, it wasn't like background music, but it was like I could listen to this doing whatever, So that's good. That's good. Did you want to talk more about Motherland or anything else you want to say about it? Or?
Yeah, I mean, Motherland's kind of like, it's like a double entendre because, I have a little catchphrase that says, brother man, how dare you not recognize the motherland? I feel like, we're taught as young men that the queen is the ultimate, Mother Earth. At some point in time in life, society tries to teach us that that's not true. And then we forget about those roots, you know what I mean? But the truth of the matter is the roots always comes and leads you back to the tree of life, and the tree of life is Mother Earth. You know what I'm saying? No life can come through unless it comes through her canal. So we have to hold Mother Nature, Mother Earth, Mother Land to the highest standard in the village, in the community, because that's how we get back to knowing who we are as men. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That connection is very important. Like my mother and I have a very beautiful relationship. You know what I mean? And it's very important for my daughters to see that, because that's, once again, when you're in the village and you lead by example. You know what I'm saying? What you put in is what's going to come out in every form, in every form. You know, you make Kool-Aid, you put some liquor in there. You know what I mean? Whoever drank that liquor going to come out in that personality. It don't matter how you try to. That was just Kahlua. That was milk. Okay.
Not for that, man.
You know what I mean? Your verse is a little bit slurry, and your vision's a little blurry. But yeah, I mean, the beautiful thing is, hip hop now. Every great leader, whether good or bad, remember this, has been a great public speaker. Because of the internet now, and because of the opportunity where you can broadcast live all over the world, our next great speakers have always been our griots, our artists. You see what I'm saying? When an artist decides to take an office with being a politician, such as Obama, you know what I'm saying? I always felt like if Obama was hanging around the frat house, he was dropping the illest freestyles ever, and that's what prepared him for these great speeches. You know what I'm saying? I tell you the best freestyle. I tell you the best freestyle Obama ever dropped is when he met Michelle. You know what I'm saying? And that's how she became his wife. You know what I mean? So we have to remember that, gentlemen. Like, what probably made most of y'all even want to become an artist is when you met the most beautiful woman in your life. And then you decided to drop her a little poetry. And next thing you know, you was like, or she probably told you, you got something here, baby. You probably could rap. Oh, now you want to be a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Hey, and who says it best? LL and Pac. If the ladies love it, the fellas gotta love it. You know what I'm saying?
You know where they're going.
Y'all get your griot game up. Get your poetry game up. Now take care of the Miss Motherland, man. But that's what Motherland is. I'm speaking to everybody. You know, I said how we go from building pyramids to living in projects.
Right.
You know, smoking cigarettes till we end up in the carton. Isn't that like accepting ignorance over logic? You know what I'm saying? Just certain things that we take for granted, and I'm guilty too. You know what I'm saying? Because when I grew up, you know, I grew up around chain smokers. I never touched a cigarette in my life. I was a true baller. You know what I mean? I became a man and then started picking up cigarettes. And it's like, how do you do that? You know what I mean?
Right.
But it just goes to show that everything we do is habitual. And I'm one of them people. I have a guilty person. I have addictive personality. And that's when I found hip hop. I found hip hop through my pops, because my pops loves music. He had everything on the shelf, every album you can think of. And that just birthed the music in me. And I became a Swan through music. You know what I mean? Because you have to kind of study every generation of music to be a Swan in anything. You know what I'm saying? You have to see it from all angles. You want to be a baseball player, you better know all the Swans that played in the game before you that made it a game.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Because you got to be able to, you got to know what works and what doesn't work.
Right,
you know?
because you implement a little bit of that. You know, before Jordan had to study Dr. J. Dr. J probably studied the Iceman. The Iceman studied Bill Russell. You see what I'm saying? The forefathers left a little bit of something for you to put in your bag. You know, Kobe watched Michael Jordan and said, the footwork, I'm taking all that. You know what I'm saying? That little hezzy, that spin move, I'm taking all that. So
yeah, and that's why I look at the game now. Like, look at the game of basketball now. Like, so many players use those moves from the players before. You know what I mean? You can see a little D Wade in some players. You can see a little Kobe, some little MJ, little, you know, Dirk, all that. You know what I mean? We could go all the way back. You know what I mean? Koozie, you know, random
forever
players. You know,
and
people,
that's the consciousness of the NBA.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That's the consciousness of the NBA.
Yeah, they really captured it in a way where it's like such an art form now, just the way how it goes and stuff.
You know how when they just that thing, and that shit just it goes straight up and just drops in.
Just drops right in. That Chris Paul, that Stephon Curry, that Kyrie.
And that's why what we were saying earlier, just like that's why right now it's such a crazy like nexus point where we can really go any type of way right now with the hip hop thing right now, because you know what I mean. That's why it's a really important time in music and entertainment in general. To be honest, because this is basically the way how we're gonna see entertainment moving forward is about to change. Major.
Oh yeah.
So it's really a power grab to see what is going to be at the forefront of that. You know, what idea, what consciousness, whatever you want to call it, like whatever agenda, whatever word you want to say, like
Destiny.
we're fighting we're fighting to put that for that spot right now.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like it's a majority, cause it's like, and it sucks to say that this is like a majority wins type of situation, but it is. So I like it kind of now is making sense of how, because if you look at social media, like, do you feel like it's like such a constant trying to pull you to agree to something?
That's where I was going next.
Like,
I'm glad you said that, because that's where I was going next.
It's kind of crazy. Like it's kind of insane. Like I know me personally, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of like you need to decide like
Right
what
now.
is this, and you have to
Right.
stick to that. Like no, like
You're not allowed to grow. You're not allowed to try anything, or you're not allowed to see where it's gonna go for you. You know, you're not allowed to get your own experience. I guess.
The
That's
more
what it-
digitalized, the more uncivilized. The culture was raw because it was supposed to keep you in the elements. And the more with digitalized state, there's nothing wrong with digitalizing your music and having a digital presence, but you have to keep your grassroots. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got grass stains on your Timberlands, fam, you know what I'm saying? Then your Timbs are way too pretty, man. You just digitalized now. You know what I'm saying?
Doing too much work.
But you ain't out here stumping in the mud and out here shaking hands and meeting your supporters. And those are the ones, fam, trust me, those are the ones when you out there and you know what I'm saying, your supporters will come out of nowhere and you'll be able to put a show on in the middle of a desert.
bro.
Because you are the type of artist that you'll go eat.
Yo, it's funny too, cause when you it's funny because when you that's the type of work you actually have to put in to get the likes and all that shit that you're seeking for.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like people need to understand, like people don't owe you that shit. They could watch your videos or whatever, but it's like if they feel like it and they relate with you and they do that likes and share yourself, that's wonderful. I love that. I hope more of that happens for you. But in reality, it's putting it out there and working out there, because you need that like main fan base that's like that's gonna be there. You know what I mean? And the people that's gonna be there are the people that've seen you before. You know what I mean? They're gonna be like, yo, I know this dude actually does this. I know.
Even when you're not quote unquote trending, they still gonna be there because you're always trending to them.
Right.
And
You matter.
it takes something special, an experience, for you to put that into them. You know what I'm saying? They carry that experience carries with them wherever they go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But what most people don't realize, and this when artists start to realize this, you carry their experience with you wherever you go to. And that's what most artists don't realize. They get arrogant and comfortable, and they start saying words like my fans when you should be like my supporters and my and you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I was talking to my man earlier. I was saying you got to treat your supporters like you are a waiter at a restaurant. If you treat them like a guest and treat them like they're coming to eat in your home, they'll always come back to you. But if you treat them like a customer, they can go get that anywhere. And same thing when you're promoting yourself as an artist. You know what I mean? You have to make your supporter feel like the celebrity. Because they are. They're taking time out of their day. They're taking time out of whatever they're doing, because everybody got something going on.
Exactly.
Yeah, it don't
And
matter.
they're coming to see you perform.
Coming to see you support. Yeah.
Out of the million artists in the city, they're bumping your music when you're not around. You know what I mean? So they're carrying out your legacy for you. And when you can find out what they got going on and then support that,
Oh man, that's when you care. Like there, you're connected. Like
that's
you're
an
like
enterprise
involved.
right there. That's a, you know what I'm saying? You it's like you're building a village now. Oh, you cut hair? Yo, Swan game. Won't we go down there and go get our haircuts from so and so?
Exactly.
He's bumping my music in the shop right now. You know what I mean?
Yep. He matters. You matter. Everybody. You know, all the people matter. You gotta make them feel like they matter. Because everybody matters.
Because you know I've approached people and they say, yo, you just made my day. Not even thinking that this person was having a bad day. Because my day is not bad right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here, I'm doing what I love, and sometimes somebody may feel like they got so far away from what they love that when they see someone else love something so much, it'll put them back on course to go back after what they love.
Right, right, right.
And that's what we do for each other.
Right.
Yo, I fell off track, but then when I saw your eyes all lit up when you was out there doing what you do,
Reminded me.
you know what I mean?
I do
So
something.
that's where the collaboration came in, ladies and gentlemen. That's where the collaboration came in. Artists who rebirth each other through working with each other, and there's a spark that happens between each other.
So that's a good key word right there, collaborations. Do you have any collaborations you've done that you're just like, yo, that's been like, yo, this, man, I would work with this person again?
It's so funny that you said that. Because I'm a time traveler,
Oh, okay.
I always like to tell God what I'm gonna do, and then God, in my, in my opinion, sits back, laugh, and said, "Son, that's already been done. You forgot, but let me remind you."
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You've done that. I've done that for you, but you know what I mean. Because your mind works so slow in that realm that you're at, you know what I mean. let me catch you up.
Okay.
You want to do a song, and you want to create a group called the Have-Nots. That's what you told me, son. Well, you've already did a song with a group called the Have-Nots. They're out there in Weymouth. You're going to get a condo out there, and you're going to be out promoting your music, and you're going to bump into these guys, and they're going to say to you, "Swan, we love you, yo, blah, 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 blah." And you're going to
What?
say, "Oh, what's up? You guys do music too?" "Yeah." "Well, what do you guys call yourself?" "We call ourselves the Have-Nots."
Wow.
Yo,
I'm
that's
like, "Well,
crazy.
yo, I was just thinking about creating a group called the Have-Nots. That's crazy." They're like, "Yo, we got a studio right now. Let's go."
Boom.
And I'm like, "Well, I got to sell out first, but after that, we can do that." I sold out, went to their studio, and this is the jam we came up with. It's called Party in the Hood.
Let me see if I.
Black Swan and the Have-Nots.
God.
And then, of course, I'm watching
shit's
TV, and then Tyler Perry comes out with his show called The Have-Nots. So when these things happen, I just feel like the spirits are talking to me. The stars are all aligned, and it's just confirmation.
I'm sorry. Is it? Oh,
There
it's
it
right
is,
here?
Party in the
Boom,
Hood.
boom, boom.
All right, here we go.
All right.
Live and direct.
Let's hope this.
We did this song on the spot, came up with it on the spot, everything.
What?
And watching, man, let's get it.
There it is.